So ladies and gentlemen, today we have some dark news. Well, a little rant time. I think this news has been out for a fair amount of time. It's not really news, it's actually more so of a little rumor or tidbit, but it's got some pretty strong evidence backing it. Now, for those of you who really love the fact that we made those Miiverse videos, might be sad to know that the Miiverse might in fact just shut down. Now, the reason why it might shut down is by the latest Wii U firmware update, which I'm surprised actually happened because Nintendo had forever ago abandoned the Wii U for the Nintendo Switch. The production actually halted as far as I recall it, so for them to be releasing system updates at this point is a little odd, but I suppose not totally. The PlayStation 3 still had system updates well after its lifespan ended, and I believe so did the Xbox 360. So it's not weird, I guess, it's just why? But looking at the Wii U's firmware update, it seems that there is a line of code in there that hints to the fact that the Miiverse service is ending. Miiverse and any software features that make use of Miiverse are now unavailable, effectively killing that social aspect that was kind of horned into many games, sometimes very well, actually. If you don't know what Miiverse is, or you don't care, let me explain to you. Miiverse is the social aspect of the Wii U. Basically, every game has some form of a Miiverse board. Every game, to a minimum, has a Miiverse board. It's up to the game themselves to support Miiverse posting from within. But basically, it would serve as a message board, a forum post, a forum message area for people who are playing a specific game to talk about that game, and so on and so forth. At least, that was the theory. For those of you who really know Miiverse, like I do, Miiverse became the shitposter's paradise. If you ever wanted to shitpost, if that was your thing, if you got your rocks off to shitposting hard, Miiverse was your jam. That's where you went to. Miiverse is the place where I read many role plays, many lovely fan fictions, many hentai-esque fictions of Undertale and Five Nights at Freddy's, on boards such as Napster, of all things. I swear to God, there is video proof of this. With me and my friends, we have encountered this. I have partaken in some of these lovely, juicy, tantalizing, nip-hardening fanfictions, or whatever role plays you want to call it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Miiverse became what I think Nintendo absolutely hated, and people made fun of it. It became a joke, and it still is. To this day, there are still people asking me to make some Miiverse videos, and I would like to make Miiverse videos, but the fact is, Miiverse, after you've seen it a few times like I have, and like the guys, it essentially becomes the same. It kind of gets sad. A lot of the kids that are on Miiverse are kind of kids, and it's not really fair to keep, pushing on the fact that they're having, it's kids making cringy fanfiction, okay? If you want to look at it with some popcorn in your hand, go for it. Getting kind of pissed over a bunch of kids acting like that doesn't really make any sense. Although there are elements where kids get really hypersexualized in, and I wonder sometimes where the parents are when they're on their little Wii U tablets going on about this, drawing penises and vaginas and talking about how their, Fox characters are gonna fuck tails in the ass. I wonder where the parents are in that situation, but then again, different strokes for different folks, right? But essentially, this line of code does kind of prove that Miiverse is shutting down, at least for the Wii U. And again, that's to be expected. For a lot of people surprised, you have to understand that console online is very limited. Limited in the sense that one day it will go away. Right now, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 are still online, but they're hanging on the thread of how long will they be online. Any purchase you make on these platforms isn't guaranteed to stay. You're buying licenses, and we all know that as we go in. It's just the convenience sake that we end up going for. Which is why, when it comes to console gaming, I typically try to buy my games on disc, just because I know the finite resources of having a system hooked up via online is dwindling day by day. When a system comes online like Miiverse or Nintendo Wii U Online, one day it will die. It died with the original Wii, it died with the original Xbox. You can't play PS2 games online anymore, although that was a different thing. Back in the day, games were dying out. There wasn't any master server running any kind of a unified network. These unified networks to their day will still die out. There will be a day where Xbox 360 rejects connections to Xbox Live servers. It won't be for a while, I believe, but it will happen one day. The Xbox 360 is a discontinued platform. Any system that's connected to it knows it's going to disconnect one day from their connection. It's what happened with the original Xbox, and it's what's gonna happen with the Xbox 360. PlayStation 3 is no exception to the rule. One day it will too also succumb to this. And it's kind of a sad thing to know. Obviously, server spaces for Miiverse was probably costing Nintendo some money. Although I kind of would argue that it wouldn't cost much money. I don't think the Miiverse was really tackling on too much of expenses to Nintendo's bank accounts. I'm pretty sure with the sales of the Switch and even with the sales of the Wii U and many of their software hardware sales and their 3DS sales and their 3DS unit sales. They were doing pretty fine. All right, I believe they have some stakes in mobile games, which is a fucking cash cow at this point, so I don't see why Nintendo couldn't have harbored it. I think, if anything, Nintendo actually wanted to kill off Miiverse for a long time, considering the amount of lulls people had, but because it was such an integral part of the Wii U, they couldn't just axe it out like Sony did with, say even though Other OS actually, that's a bad example. Other OS was a feature of the PlayStation, but it wasn't like a mainline super hardcore feature. It was a feature, don't get me wrong, and it was pushed. But I think they couldn't take Miiverse out because of how ingrained it was for the system. But boy, I'm sure Nintendo was ready to kick it out after seeing some of the lovely, saucy fanfictions between Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles the Echidna and Shader the Hedgehog and Amy the Rouge. But god damn, you can't say that with a straight face. Regardless though, the 3DS for some reason still has to have Miiverse working, which is kind of odd because as far as I can recall, I'm sure the Miiverse with the 3DS and the Wii U is somewhat connected to each other. I'm not sure on that, somebody can correct me, but the 3DS Miiverse still works, functioning just as fine as it has been. In fact, it is as ingrained into the system as it was on the Wii U, and I believe it's going to stay for a while because the 3DS, unlike the Wii U, is not a dead system. The 3DS still sells like crazy, and there are games still coming out for the 3DS. There was a rumor at one point where the Switch would be a successor or something to the 3DS where it would unify into one, but because of how the 3DS is, because it has a battery life longer than 2 or 3 hours, it's gonna stay and the games on it work just fine. So the Miiverse is going to stick just fine on the portable systems, which again is odd. Now, I would be fine with Nintendo shutting off the Miiverse, but I really hope they bring some form of social connectivity to the next system that they have, which is the Nintendo Switch, in some way, and unfortunately, I haven't seen that at all. A lot of people messaged me telling me that Splatoon 2 was going to have some form of the Miiverse, and it does. You can have these PictoChat-esque messages, but they kind of serve as just window dressing to a lobby to just spicing things up. It's not as lulzy as finding the fanfictions or the classic shit posting of the Miiverse, and some people find that as a positive. Obviously, I would like the Miiverse to be a much more clean system versus having it just as a shitposter paradise, because honestly, if I want to shitpost, I can go to any forum on the internet and find my love of shitposting. That's all fine and dandy. I don't need the Miiverse, and I'd be fine with what Nintendo goes for. I was thinking that because of the recent release of the Nintendo Online Switch application, they might, on the mobile platforms at least, iOS and Android, I was thinking that they would bring back the Miiverse to that, but they have not brought it back at all. In fact, if anything, those services right now are pretty bare bones, to be expected. The only thing you can do is order net exclusive gear to Splatoon 2, and that's about it. And other than that, invite your friends, and I believe you can voice chat, although I don't have any friends that have the Nintendo Switch at the moment, so I can't really bother doing anything with the app at this moment in time. But it's a cool, nifty feature nonetheless. I just wish that the Miiverse was coming back in some way, shape, or form. Miiverse has never really come onto the iOS platforms as well, or anything through. I think the only thing closest they have is Miitomo, which is not really Miiverse at all. And that's really about all I can say. Miiverse is rumored to shut down, and with the rumor coming out in this fashion, it seems like Miiverse is definitely shutting down for good on the Wii U. So maybe I might make a video with the lads about Miiverse before it dies, like the day or 2 days before it actually goes out, or I might not. It depends on how things go. The reason why we haven't made any of those videos is mostly due to the fact that scheduling for us is a little weird, and the fact that there's only so many fanfictions and cringy things that we can show you on the Miiverse before the idea becomes so beaten into everyone's head that, oh, it's cringy stuff, and that's about it. So there won't really be any Miiverse videos. Don't hold out, hope for it. But just know that the Miiverse, as it is dying on the Wii U, as a platform is slowly coming to its gradual end. The online services for the Wii U will gradually end, as always. It's what the system will do, and it's how it's going to be going away. The Wii U is a dying system in the sense that it was already dead in production, and it seems like, unfortunately, online services are dying quicker than I had expected. I thought Miiverse was still going to be up for a couple more years, a few more years if anything, but I guess with a system that's not coming out with any more games at this point in time, it's only fair to kill off whatever services it has. The Wii U is at a very short run, and I think it shows, and with them taking out a pretty costless feature, in my opinion, is just signs that they're really trying to push forward. And ultimately, I think it has the motive of them shutting it off more so for the fact that they have seen the kind of stuff that's on Miiverse, and it does put a bad image on Nintendo, alright? If people know that Nintendo's online service is just a shitpost heaven, it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad no matter what way you put it. There's no curation on the Miiverse. There never will be. But I think now I want Nintendo to see some form of a refined Miiverse, at least on the Nintendo Switch. Though that's just me saying it, and hey, if people want shit posting from Nintendo, let me know in the comment section below. If you want them to at least bring back this feature somewhat, I do, let me know. This has been a little rant time on Nintendo, and a little explanation of why the Miiverse will never come. This is me, Mutahar. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it. I am out.